What's up, y'all? It's your boy Irvin here with another episode of the Average Consumers, and I'm here with my guy Wayne.
What's good?
Samson's not here for reasons we won't disclose,
Shout out to Samson.
but yeah, shout out to my boy though. You know he'll be back soon. He'll be home soon. but yeah. So today we're gonna talk about a lot's been going on around Joe Budden's name. So a lot's been going on around Joe Budden's name, man. His name stays in the headlines, at least for the last probably like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So with the breakup of the original cast of the Joe Budden podcast, I guess if you want to call it that, him firing Rory and Mal, they just responded on Vimeo not too long ago. So there's that, and now recently, one of his co-hosts for another show on the Joe Budden Network called See the Thing Is, which is a female-oriented podcast on his network. One of the original co-hosts, she had left the show, and with her absence being so long, she finally came out to say why she left the podcast, and she alleges that Joe Budden sexually harassed her, and that's what forced her to leave. So this is what she said. She had a 26-minute video that we're not gonna play. 26-minute long video on Instagram, where she detailed everything that happened. But this is what I'll read off from this article. She said that Joe Budden continuously made sexual, suggestive remarks to her that made her extremely uncomfortable, as well as fearful of dampening the mood if she didn't laugh along while he made those sexual remarks to her. She also describes an incident where Budden asked to hug her, and she said, "It's unbeknownst to me until I actually watched back the episode that he was moving his hips while he was hugging me." So recently, Joe Budden actually put out an apology to Olivia Dope. So in his statement, he says, "As a podcaster, it is my job to address topics and create dialogue around them. During the conversation on See the Thing Is podcast, I didn't handle the topics with the sensitivity they deserved. I recognize my words and power that in that situation created an upsetting environment for Olivia. Upon reflection, both the network and I take accountability for this. I apologize sincerely to Olivia, her former co-host, our staff, and the public. In an effort to not further any trauma, the episode will be removed from all platforms. We support all women's rights to feel comfortable and protected in the workplace. We fell short of that in this instance. We support Olivia in her quest to heal, applaud her for finding the strength to share her experience, and wish her the best in all her future endeavors. I am taking the time to listen and learn. We have already begun to make the necessary changes to ensure this is a safe environment for all moving forward. We at the network endeavor to continue to elevate Black women's voices and create opportunities to have constructive conversations to impact change." So, that was his apology to Olivia, and then he actually went on to do a verbal apology on his last podcast episode. So you guys can go check that out if you want. But yeah. So what do you think, man? This guy's in hot water.
I mean, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours.
And
water is wet.
Water is wet. I mean, I'm not gonna say that he did do it. I'm not gonna say that he didn't do it. I don't even know.
He's apologizing. He's saying that
he's
did do it. He's
obviously
taking accountability.
Yeah, but we don't know to what extent. Like, he could have been touching her or something. Obviously, the hug.
Well, she said he was moving his hips while he hugged her, so that must be like, I'm not gonna say the word, but
very suggestive. Yeah,
that word-esque.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, listen, I'm not on the side of Joe. I don't really watch the Joe Budden podcast. I don't know Olivia either, so it's biased, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know, he's at a point right now where he's going through a lot with his former co-host.
Mm-hmm.
So
switching up the pack.
There's a lot of drama going on around him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a good time to, you know, whatever you feel, get your rocks off. You know, get your whatever you had
It's
animosity towards him. Yeah,
kick him while he's down.
Exactly,
You know?
kick him while he's down. Me personally, I don't even think he's down. But that's from my perspective. You know, we could go over to the network and it's doing bad.
Well, there's a lot of people saying he's a piece of shit. We always knew he was a piece of shit. He treat Rory and Mal like slaves, whatever. You know, he's just a terrible guy. He doesn't know how to do business. You know, whatever. That's what the people are saying. So I think, you know, as much as he may feel like he's in a good position, the internet is showing that he's losing support.
He's still entertaining. As much as people hated on 6ix9ine, he was still great entertainment to watch. I mean, people want to see an implosion. They want to see a train wreck. Now I know they want to see a train wreck with Joe, but at the end of the day,
the train wreck with Joe, he's like it was how many? It was like less than a year ago where something happened. I think it was when they left Spotify. Yep, when they left Spotify and they were about to go independent. Then Tahiri came out and said that he used to beat on her and whatever. And
I don't know. What was I saying? Yeah, they want to see a train wreck. But at the end of the day, he's entertaining. He's exceptional at his job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he mastermind at his craft.
Yeah, shout out to Joe for that, man. We forgot to say that. Shout out to Joe, man. He has a very successful podcast. For those of you who don't know, he transitioned from his rap career into this, and he's been killing it ever since. We're gonna give him his flowers while we're here. However,
start chewing his gat.
For me, I'ma say, like you said, we don't know the extent. We can only go off of what she's saying. So she's saying that he was making sexual remarks to her on the set of their podcast. See, the thing is.
Okay.
And the hug happened on there. We seen the hug. Actually, we have a video of the hug right here.
Okay.
From Olivia?
Yes. Oh. y'all need to talk more. Come on, network vibes.
Look at this family. Look at this family affair.
I love it.
I love the choice of music on the way out too.
Seriously.
Those are some old hips.
So let us know in the comment section below how you felt about that. You know, I felt a bit uncomfortable watching that. So I guess I could understand maybe why she felt uncomfortable watching it back as well.
Yeah, that was off-putting for sure.
Yeah,
it's just like it's weird, you know. It's like kind of cringy.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, Joe. I mean, like
I don't know, Joe.
Well, okay, so we kind of just watched a little bit of the See the Thing Is podcast when they were actually reacting to the situation coming out, and they were saying they have a personal relationship with the parties involved. So they know Joe is like a different kind of person. Like, he's a bit, you know, he wants to bring energy to the room. He wants to not make people feel, well, I think he tries to make people feel uncomfortable. I mean, he tries to make people feel comfortable, and in doing so makes them feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, I'm going to be the life of the party. I'm going to try to, like, liven you guys up, make y'all laugh, you know, say some jokes or whatever, so you can feel loose, you know, feel like free, feel like we're friends here. But in that, some people might feel uncomfortable because, like, oh, you doing too much, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that was weird. And if you were to think of it from, like, a perspective of maybe, like, her boyfriend or something, you'd be like, oh, what's up with, yo? Like, yeah, so I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't see the episode where he was making those suggestive comments, though, so.
Right, but I brought the seated thing up. The seated thing is podcast episode that we were watching earlier up because I was waiting for them to say what they saw, because okay, you're saying that these happened on the episodes, so that means that the other co-hosts were there as it was happening. So, do you co-hosts feel as though what Joe Budden was doing is sexual harassment? But they kind of just tiptoed around it the whole 9 minutes. So I'm like, I didn't really get anything from it. So maybe they're skeptical of it as well. But they were saying, you know, they're not gonna not believe her.
Yeah,
So,
they may not have seen what she had felt. You know, they may not have interpreted in the way that she's interpreted.
right, but don't you think something should be something should be objective to a certain degree? Like, for example, if we're at a club together and you're like on this random girl, like you trying to hug her from behind, doing all these things, like I can clearly see that's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Or like if you're saying some things that are very blatantly suggestive of your lust for her or whatever, like, yeah, I can say that's sexual harassment. Like, chill out a little bit. Like, you know, you applying too much pressure. Relax a little bit. You know, maybe you might make her feel uncomfortable. Whatever. We can have a conversation. I'll pull you to the side. But if somebody, says like, they're laughing with you, they make a joke, and they're like, oh, whatever. It's like some things can just be like very gray.
When it comes to sexual harassment, it's very nuanced as well. Like, you don't know what could trigger someone, what can, put them off, make them feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you can say to someone, oh, those are some nice pants you have on, right? And then that could trigger them, like, that's sexual harassment to them. That made them feel uncomfortable. I mean, listen, I'm not going to lie. Somebody said to me, oh, some nice pants you got on. It's just like, what are you talking about? Like pants, for real? Pants?
Yeah, and honestly, in today's culture, you just got to be careful because we're so conditioned now. Like, it's all over social media now. Like, for me, the conditioning came when I went to college. The indoctrination came when I went to college. Like, all the isms and all this culture. Yeah. I learned about that in college, but now it's just everywhere. So it's like we're all conditioned to think like, oh, this situation is supposed to make me feel uncomfortable. And, like, we convince ourselves of these things. And not saying people are delusional, but it's like sometimes we kind of reach with our accusations. So now it's like, I remember a situation. I went to see my eye doctor, and she's an older lady, probably like late 40s, early 50 maybe. But we had just finished the checkup, and she was saying, everything looked good. Good to see you. Looking forward to when you come back. Set up the appointment, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, it's good to see you too. You look good. You look like you're doing, you look good. Like she looked like she was taking good care of herself. And I just wanted to make that known because it was just on my heart to say it. Just in a genuine way. Like, I want you to, like, maybe it'll make her smile for the day. Like, but it's not like, oh, I want to smash or anything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I think she was off put by that. Like, she kind of like hesitated, and then she was like, oh, thank you. So it's like, you really got to be careful, man. Like, honestly, it's unfortunate, but this isn't back in the day where you could be like, hey, yo, shawty, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. Like, it's different now. You got to, I don't know what you got to do. But
you got to watch what you say, of course.
Yeah.
To everybody, except for black men, apparently. But
yeah. So, yeah, man. Anything else to add?
Was your doctor white?
Yes.
She probably realized, like, oh.
Yeah.
She in that split second, she was probably like, he's black. This is.
I think she's Italian.
This is scaring me.
Yeah, but we've been locked in for some time though, like some years. So it's not like, oh, I'm just a random person. Like I'm not gonna say she should know my character, but she knows I've never made an advance to her. So it's like I literally just haven't seen you in such a long time.
This is a mutual relationship.
And I'm like, yeah, I just wanna, you know, let you know you're doing well. Keep it up. Keep up the good work. You know? But yeah. So that's your video, guys. Let us know in the comment section down below what you feel about everything that's going on. Is Joe Budden canceled? Can he recover from this? Can the apology help him? Because honestly, I feel like, okay, he apologized, but is that gonna be enough for her? Because for her to take it this far, 26-minute video, I don't think she just wants an apology. I think she's trying to take it all the way.
It may be enough for her, but for outsiders looking in, nothing is enough. You cannot please cancel culture. It's just like whatever, bro. You could cure cancer and bring back Jesus in the same day. If you done did something to cancel culture, bro, nothing. No, none of that.
Yeah. So, but keep in mind, they tried him with the spot, and when they left Spotify, everybody was trying to kill them. And Tahiri came out. They tried it, but it didn't work. So, I don't know. Can he dodge this one?
This is how it happens. You know, like people get kicked when they're down now because train wrecks are entertaining to watch. Like so much content, you know, or so much more content comes from this than people sitting back and watching an episode of Joe Budden. Unless he says something crazy on his episode, this is like this helps with content. So,
yeah. Well, you know, wish the best for all parties involved, and
yeah, man. Shout out to Rory and Mal, bro. they I hope they do well.
Hope everybody does well, man. You know, it's too much beefing and not enough eating. You know, we gotta keep the peace. But anyway, you know, until next time, peace.
Peace.